Yeah, and it's a lot of like really quite tanky heroes as well on the side of Execration. Meepo can be quite tanky, although he might be in some trouble top lane, maybe just dead. As Tims will blow him up there. Got a little bit too close, KP and Tims kind of just an early strong start for Meepo. First blood does not bode very well there. Careful here, Carlo's also gonna go. Okay. Man, we were talking earlier as well. I'm just so not used to techies being such a good hero.
It is so dumb what universal heroes can get away with on supports. Just
camp, so they can't really establish lane equilibrium either. I don't know if going for right-click is the best idea. He's going to get skewered under tower now. This is just going to be a death from Bosku, and one, honestly, John, that he didn't need to take. I know he'll joke space created, but it's unfortunately not really getting a whole lot accomplished here for his Alchemist in the early game.
That's not what you want to see out of the Lich. Maybe at this point you might even just consider playing the lane. Super passive, tried to stack up. They are getting good aggression up top, again pressuring Palos. So using this weaker laning phase of the Meepo, Palos not even choosing his skills to level yet, just popping into his...
Make here, he's really starting to blow apart this top lane. Maiden, you know, used to be that kind of a hero as well. Maybe it's the 20 damage nerf here to the Crystal Nova. They might go again here onto Palos top lane, by the way. I think they are. Little frostbite there will hold him in place, but the slows, Palos ticking down, blood grenade defensively used, but scorched earth, is it enough damage? Palos just out of range here. Just barely kept alive. KP gets him with the chain lightning. However, Tims is dying to Carlo. Gets off one last auto attack. That is enough damage, but now KP giving chase here. He's got plenty of mana as well to continue the chain lightnings, and he'll get this kill come hell or high water. Down goes Carlo.
That is a lot of kills to feed out to KP. He's that Palos will want to get with some early stat items and levels up. This does not bode well for Execration. Again, just down to rough lanes. Even Raven's having better time, some aggression down here.
That was a perfectly timed interrupt there on the skewer. Matrixino did not get the mobility back. Even through the Vanguard, they managed to kill him. Really
your tempo on Meepo to pressure early, it's not going to come out that fast. They should be able to find this, no problem.
Yeah. In the meantime, you see a line drawn on the map as Bosku's going to try and contest for the runes. They do peep over in the Meepo rune, going for the self-deny. He'll get it. That's something. I mean, he's still only level 4, though, which is exciting of the runes. Oh, well, that is, unless you just blink right on in. Nice sonic wave here does... Oh, wow, what was that? I don't know what Bob bounced off. Must have been some terrain there on the stairs. Bosku, though, in some trouble. Finds himself directly in the pinball zone and killed off. Ooh, the dodge! No way! Bob said it's actually one of the most exciting runes as Tim's unable to connect on the blast off there. Perfect. Okay, all right. That was incredible. Only Cuckoo to die there, and what might have otherwise been at least a 1-for-1 trade. Careful top lane. They're going to try and go on to KP now, who does have Vanguard on the way, but Tino, he's going to end up skewering him back away from the courier. Vanguard still gets delivered. We'll see if that makes any of a difference. Not at all, as Bob TP's in to collect the kill using the swashbuckle.
That's big. KP's been allowed to get well.
Revenge kills. Uh-oh. Paolo's in a lot of trouble, and yep, just lots of AoE damage, more than sufficient. He's going to go down.
It's a back and forth. I feel like you still gain more for killing off KP in terms of net worth. And if you look at the kill summaries, it is. The fight summary is.
This is aggressive, Bob. They knew he was nearby because of how much XP they were leeching. Heads up play there from Blacklist Rivalry. Carlo should be a very nice +1. A little maiden dessert for you. Why not? Carlo's out of mana. Don't think it's going to matter. So we'll go ahead and pop the wand to commit for the kill.
That's a lot to give out to Carl, though. Like, if you just stop at that loss up top, you're pretty fine. Like, this 3-man rotation's really more of a single target pick-off lineup.
What did KP do with the Ring of Health, by the way? Because he had oh, hold on. We'll get back to that right now. Big ulti coming out. Carl's still alive, and just barely, because Carlo is just out of range. The Doom as well condemns Bob. A bit unlucky there for the maiden. I thought that Quap was dead to rights, just out of range.
Yeah, just out of range. The Doom comes in time. It's so curious for them to force that fight on.
Careful, though. Blacklist Rivalry looking to slam the door shut here. They did just see the swashbuckle get used, as well as shield crash. Yep, immediately in with the stun. We'll see if they can burst him before he gets off the Rolling Thunder. Sinister Gaze. They have the Quap ulti and will commit it. Finding a maiden in the midst as she's going to let go of the freezing field. Stunned up immediately by Raven, but it's Carl who collects the kill. They want one more. That's Shanks. KP actually still has the chain lightning. That damage is sufficient, though, with 4 enemy heroes here. Shanks is going to be encircled and killed off. Blacklist Rivalry making an incredible snap decision there to just collapse onto Execration. They didn't look ready for that at all.
No, but I don't think it's...
Raven, no blink, just is going to find himself stunned here. Then in the meantime, I think creeps actually are after him. Carlo thought about chasing, but we'll think better of it. Doesn't know what's waiting for him in the fog of war. The Doom immediately onto Tino. Follow-up stun as well. The War Stomp, making sure they keep their distance though, because Bob is going to be rolling around behind them. KP gets the kill. There's the Chain Frost. Only bounces a handful of times. Tim's keeping himself alive with the mech. Nearly enough healing, but Bob eventually has got the damage for him. Blacklist rivalry chasing underneath the ward of Execration, but they've got the vision now and the stuns and the damage there as Bob is cleaved through clean. But Palos with 3 Meepos now, thrice the damage for him. He's going to be able to get a big kill into Carl at 600 gold just for him, 1,000 for the team overall. Bosku maybe next as the poofs absolutely decimate him. That's a 2 for 3. I mean, a bit far, but has an arcane rune, so he'll be blinking on over relatively quickly. We'll see what they can catch. As for now, Bosku taken on a trip. Oh no, but he lets loose now on the Chain Frost. Those are some big bounces, but a lot of tanky heroes, and now a creep wave to absorb the damage. It looks like it barely did anything.
Yeah, didn't do quite enough. Didn't even have to mega. It's still a strong point for Blacklist. This is the time though where you start to get a little bit scared of what Execration can bring out. Blink's coming out next for Palos.
Yep.
Tino is going for the full pipe.
He has his blink now as well, and he's onto one.
The Mega Meepo.
The Mega Meepo. They have Tomb the Mega Meepo with 3,000 HP. Big RP onto 4. Sets up Bob for the roll of a lifetime here. The Skewer, Sonic Wave, everything's getting thrown out, but Raven is the last one standing here. Execration are going to be wiped here 1 by 1. So they're on to Bob. Shanks doing what he can from the sideline, but Raven is eating good here. A +2 as he's going to kill onto Bob. Seems like Carl's going to make it out alive despite that little bird chasing him down, and it turns into a full team wipe despite what looked like an amazing counter ready to go on in. But Roche falling quickly. There's going to be the Chemical Rage used as well. Bob revving up the engine, and he goes. Roche finds a bash, so Carl's going to be the one to pick up the Aegis. And for now, both teams seeming, no, KP's in. He wants to find a target. Raven as well. Throws the Unstable Concoction. That's Carlo dead. Execration now. They're looking for a way out of this one. Over the land bridge they go. Execration thought they could do it that quickly, honestly. I didn't know if maybe this is some Meepo strat. Well, certainly a Meepo strat is killing supports for free unless they counter-initiate on you. That's a lot of damage. And Raven goes in the RP, not saving Palos. And in fact, it might still just condemn Tino. Trying to TP out of this one, but Sonic Wave cuts him down. What in the world? Bosku actually creating space. Look at that. There's a Doom as well. They've managed to find Bob farming in the jungle. KP is going to be able to just kind of walk him down. Tier 2 tower, be damned, and as do you, Bob.
I mean, they're on point, Blacklist. Execration forcing out a lot of these.
Ancient Seal into Mystic Flare, lots of slows, but doesn't end up being that powerful. KP's in, he wants to Doom a Meepo. He's been silenced though. Let's see if he still wants to drop the Doom. Indeed he will. I think it's a Mega Meepo though, isn't it? He is a tanky boy, 3,500 HP. Do they have the damage now? Carl's in. War Stomps as well, doing everything they can to try and get the kill here on Apollos as they're going to get the BKB off on a Raven right after he's RP'd. But Apollos, he's been exploded. He's dead and out of the fight. Carl held on to the Sonic Wave entirely for that, and now Execration trying to bail out of this fight. Shanks with only 4 stacks of Shield of the Scion, not nearly enough to save him here. And that's 2 heroes dead. Blacklist, they just keep finding the initiations. KP, he's just vicious, getting through the Mega Meepo, getting through the Magnus, getting through this Rolling Thunder Pango. Has not been the case. Carl blinks up with the vision, sees Apollos here. Apollos calls in reinforcements on the Meepo. Seems like they're going to try and make a play now. In they go. A Skewer back is going to cannot put Raven out of position, but there's going to be a Tomb and just a dead Palos as well. That just absolutely unleashes Raven. Picks up the kill there. I didn't quite see what happened to the Meepo. Seems like he just kind of got doomed and focused, didn't he?
Yeah, he just kind of melted. Like, it looked like just one hit kind of killed him off.
I think that was 4 stacks of Shield of the Scion aren't going to save Shanks. Down he goes. Bob, he can't even get off the darn Rolling Thunder before he's Sonic Waved and blown up. This one might be over. I think this one's too far gone. 27K?
It's pretty hard to recover from this point. You didn't get that running one to stomach. You know, you get your pocket pick Meepo. Yeah. You feel like it's a good game. Palos has delivered spectacular performances on Meepo. They picked it into the Doom as well, but this might be a moment. There's no Aegis here on Raven. He's going to try and fight through this one. Chemical Rage acts. The damage is too high. The Doom as well. They found Apollos. He's turned to a Mega Meepo. There's going to be at least the RP, so Palos is safe and sound for now, as Carl's going to have to buy back. Freezing Field. They're throwing everything they have at the Raven, but a big old blast off from the Meepo finds 2. That's going to be Tino down. The dieback is
as well immediately for Carlo, as Bob doing what he can, trying to pick off the stragglers here, but he can barely catch Tims here once on the stun, twice as well, but just where's the follow-up damage? KP threatening to drop another Doom here with the refresher, but Oz already done so. Bob being controlled, Raven and company turn as Palos, who's Bob back, is now going to be caught by the Sinister Gaze. Raven letting loose into him. That's a dig out from the Meepo, so it saves him momentarily.
Oh, you still see the Doom on the tiny Meepo, but
it's very
the Mega
adorable.
Meepo is still there. It's kind of funny.
KP, he has absolutely no chill, and now that is Shanks, because he's dead. That's Megas. Oh, no, it's not. They still have the bottom barracks.
Yeah, they still have one lane. But 37k behind.
Eaten into your tier 3 tower now. Did not take the Chemical Rage base attack time, by the way. Oh, they're looking for the counter initiation, but Cuckoo there in time with the save. It's not his fault this time around. Tino, just nothing he could do. Bob is at least delaying this, but just doing that here as Raven immediately gets back to work. It's going to be a Mystic Flare now on top of Boss. They might be able to get through him, but he's already let loose here on the Chain Frost. Look at the damage, it's done. Sonic Wave to follow up. GG, throw in the towel. It's getting too ugly. They just... This time, you know, only hero that remains the same here is going to be Tino on the mag. I thought he played a phenomenal laning stage. I think there was some problems with the rotations after, but I think it's more to speak about the rest of the team than him. I think Bosku may be dead here. They do throw the blood grenade at him, and using the slows, they should have enough damage for the kill. Go into Tino. Okay, so I mean, just to go to prove that he wasn't the problem.
No.
Palos now has the skill points, and I'm sure it's going to be Doppel very shortly to make sure he can avoid a lot of kills.
I realized, Richie, these are two universal heroes in this lane. This is disgusting. Look at their right click damage base. It's high.
It's intense, isn't it? And there's a kill there. Top lane as well. I was going to comment on this lane. I think
just kind of get it going from there, because the side of Blacklist, they are going to be looking to make moves once they've got the levels up.
Yeah, I'd say I think he's going to have to be... Oh, okay, a little blast off down bottom. Palos is just getting burned alive here. Carlo coming out from the trees. Blood grenade thrown, sticky bomb. It shouldn't be enough damage, and it isn't. Instead, it's Shanks who's going to TP in, secure the kill there with the Purifying Flames. Almost died there as Palos brought the sticky bomb to him. Top lane, though, that is going to go ahead and leave Tino alone to immediately Raven and Bosco get to work and pick up the kill onto the Magnus left all by himself. 1-for-1 trade here. Who do you think that behooves?
A cascading effect into how well he can hold that lane without the Vanguard.
See what you mean. Batrider's a bit more of a naturally fast hero just on levels, so you expect him to be a bit more active early. Oh, okay, maybe they will be able to get it this time. Palos in some trouble, doesn't have Doppelganger, just use it, and the damage is sufficient. KP is going to go down, and maybe they look for more as well. KP is dying to the tower here. Carlo with a stick charge, not enough to keep himself alive. KP also keeps the wagon alive, but will be burned down by the Shanks, who at least dodges the bombs. Bosku is going to take the twin gate on over and pick up already below a third HP here. And Carlo, they're not even done. Carlo's coming down bottom too.
Palos?
This is looking very aggressive. There is no Rolling Thunder though. Carlos seems to have already used it. May not need it for the kill and doesn't, as Carlos going to be able to catch him there with the edge of the shield crash. This is a tower.
Yeah, straight up tower. Multiple kills on a PL back to back. I'm surprised Execration keep pushing.
Clear about the support duo that you have here between the Maiden and the Oracle. A bit more of your backliners, right? I think Oracle can bring the damage, and we saw a very convincing game of Oracle earlier, but more so in response to enemy aggression here. There's no way Bosco makes it out of here. I believe he should be dead, and he is. The Rolling Thunder I don't think was going to be good enough there out from Carl, even if he did manage to find the perfect angle. Careful though, Bob. There is a Techies lingering in here. Oracle nearby throws out the Fortune's End. Shanks is going to have to do a lot of work here. The world's shortest Fire Remnant is going to convince Carl to continue a bit further, but there's a bit too much healing here now, courtesy of the two, and not enough mana for Carl either to continue this engagement. Blastoff is ready, though. They're looking for the kill onto Bob. Bob does not have a Remnant down, but does manage to dodge the Sleight of Fist. Doesn't matter, though, because Bosco's going to steal away the haste here. The fight in the river continues. Carl jumps into the river. Doesn't actually hit him, but the Swashbuckle will get the kill. Carlo, at the same time, is going to be able to at least trade away for Tim's, but...
he's starting to build up. Again, you don't need that much napalm. Yeah, you just go max Firefly. You've got the right-click damage to help you clear out. You've got the control.
Bosco dies for space here, most likely. There's no point in lasso. Well, there could be, but Fortune's End, threatening to dispel. Bosco deleted, but Tim's right after is going to be able to blow up Bob. Tip for tip. Bosco says, that's space created, my friend. Carlo is going to be next in line. My goodness, that was ridiculous damage onto the Maiden. That wasn't even Arcane, and I believe a Haste. Haste is always really good on an Ember, but this kind of a game where you're able to poke and prod with not only max and power, but potentially a maxed a DD rune as well there on the sleight of fist. That could be good work. They have caught the real Pablos here as well. Can they actually collect on this? They can't. They just get him with right clicks. 91 damage and 99 from techies, excuse me.
Yep.
That can't be right. Bob is at least going to be able to find Carlo here, but Carlo lacks the damage, doesn't have the points in freezing field yet. So Carlo just about face there. Did a quick 180, finds at least Carlo in the trees, but Bob has a Remnant back. Is going to get the false promise and continue fighting here, but they're immediately on to Shanks to reduce the healing. And Bob, that's a red light above you, my friend. I don't think he gets out of this one alive, and he doesn't. Runes still outstanding. Both of those runes may be a game changer here for Execration, especially if you compare them with this Magnus's Echo Saber. A death here though onto Palos, that would certainly sting. Rolling Thunder's ready in a second. He's just trying to get whatever farm he can. Already knows that he's dead to rights.
I mean, he just has no room on the map. No sugarcoating that one. This is a rough game for Palos. Worse than even game one. I think he had a lot more room in game one in comparison here.
He did. Shanks is in some trouble. The physical damage is more than sufficient. Commits the ulti on himself. It's a level 1 false promise. He's not going to live. I mean, just not a chance. Not a snowball's chance in hell. So, Jonathan. He's dead. To try and slow the wisdom runes, that's why he died. That's actually kind of a well worth it play. Maybe if they can turn here on to Carl. That's freezing field stolen, by the way. Bosco letting it go. Now Bob cannot fight into this. There's going to be at least a skewer to interrupt into the RP that did not catch the Pangolier. He's rolling on through and is going to get bonked off that defender's getting to make it out alive. Here. It's going to get better for Palos, though, Jonathan. It's going to get better. I believe, yes, indeed. We have Diffusal Blade now coming out. Tino's still a little bit of a tough kill, but not if KP is nearby. They've stolen Shockwave as well. Tino, there is nowhere for you to go but back into the Techie's Mines. They didn't even need to use the Techie's Mines. They'll save that for a rainy day. Oh, my goodness.
They're not leaning into this Luna Visage they used to go for.
No, certainly they don't kill Bob, right? Telekinesis. Okay. Oh, they got vision up on the high ground. They need a little bit more damage. Raven is here. Good Searing Chains finds him. Bosco showing off his Emperor skills here with good damage onto 2 and KP as well, connecting. Oh my goodness, the damage from the low ground as well, from the Pangolier, and it's just Raven who runs him down with the right clicks. Carlo, he's got ultimate here, but against 4 heroes, there's just no chance for him to do anything. He's gonna go down as well.
This is ugly. This is ugly for Execration is rough. You're starting to think about just like a blink timing on Tino.
Yep.
And, you know, the threat of high ground defense is big from Execration. So you've always got that to fall back to when you've got this Magnus.
It's going to be tough, though. They did Roche even faster than I thought they could. Oh, my goodness. Carl is in. Look at that swashbuckle burning the man of the damage. Well, onto 3, but they've caught Bob. Oh, and Raven just puts him into the dirt immediately, into the water more like it. Shanks doesn't even have time to ulti himself, and Carl's already cleaved through the maiden before I can even finish this sentence. That was fast. That was efficient.
Oh, this is for Blacklist.
Let them cook. But yeah, I mean, this is how you turn a game like this into complete domination.
Yeah.
You see them hunting behind the tower. You know, these tier 2 towers, these outer towers, no longer as much of a threat as they used to be. There's another Remnant, but look how slow he is with the inhibit. Does manage to get up to high ground, but KP has Firefly. Thought he might have gone chasey. They're going to get the skewer back after the harpoon, and Carl, that's Aegis at least. Now, I talked about these outer towers not being so much of a stopping point, but these inner towers, that may be something else entirely. As Carlo letting go the freezing field. Just not enough damage onto the Bat Rider, though. And KP still gets the kill on the Bob. Just doesn't matter. Lasso to interrupt the RP. There's going to be the stun. They're trying to stop the RP from coming through. Another stun out from Carl. There's a secondary one. They're even turning for more jump. They're diving up onto the high ground. What is it? Is this OG now? What is this? Bob's popped back, wants to put down Tibbs. He says, give me all that money. That's 400 gold for a Techie's kill. You're worth more than my PL, thank you very much. But Carl's turning for more. That's a dieback. Ever just went into dive. And now Shanks, he doesn't have ulti for himself. He's already committed this, what felt like years ago. Okay, that's a nice skewer onto the high ground. The RP onto 2. Another buyback now from Execration. Bosco steals the skewer, does manage to save him. Carl now is unleashed. The damage is just too much. Palos is dead. Tino is down. Palos has got buyback, but how many buybacks are they willing to commit here? Blacklist rivalry, they haven't even gotten a tier 2, and they barely touched a tier 2 tower, and they nearly just went out. They have the outpost in the top lane as well. As we've seen, they've killed Palos up there with ease, and they'll do it again. They control the Twin Gates, they control the Lotus Pools. Now they're going to be looking for the Ember Spirit. They stole a Searing Chains, chains onto 2 from Bob, but the damage, it's immense. There's a butterfly on Raven.
Yeah, I mean, you haven't stopped that Morphling. It was never a threat in the lane.
And look,
from Tino.
This is the threat. You look to try and farm on their side of the map. They're going to try and kill you. Rolling Thunder is utilized. They see big fish and they want big fish. They know that's the real one. There's a lasso, and they've already kind of, you know, scared this Oracle out of the fight. Down goes the Maiden. Palos is dead. There's just no moves here. It just doesn't feel like there's any moves for Execration, John.
No, there's no way. I've always held true, but captaining from the offlane is just really difficult. This is something we also saw T1.
Especially when you try and play it like a mid lane.
Yeah.
In trouble here, by the way, is Tino. He might just be dead. Look at the triple mines pushed right back into them. Just a thing of beauty, honestly. I mean, that's if that does not scream, you know.
All the ideas on a team, he's the one that sets that tone. Whereas with old Blacklist, it felt like everyone had a voice, especially when you're communicating and, you know, you're much more comfy in Filipinos. They catch Bob out again.
No, I think he's just going to die here. He is.
Deleted. Just like that.
I mean, it doesn't have buyback. It's actually, I believe, still on cooldown from earlier, Jonathan. It is, for another 3 minutes. All right, I mean, this is the kind of game on his team. I mean, that's progress. For Bob, though, in more trouble as his forecast does manage to at least get out in time. They could connect the chain stuns perfectly. They are still chasing a couple of heroes away. That is a lasso. They're dragging Bob towards the base. It doesn't even matter. I mean, he was going to die no matter what. They dragged him away from the Oracle. Shanks could not save him. Carl now is struggling a little bit here against the Illus. One more. Oh no, Tino, he cannot afford to die here. They have lasso as well, thanks to the Octarine core being ready. And skewer stolen. Let's see, how will they decide to kill him? Pump fakes the RP. That is a big skewer range. That is a long skewer there. Where's Dew? 300 gold shy. He might just die here, though. In goes Bob, and we'll see. Yes, gets the false promise. Good save from Shanks. Utilized the Blink Dagger well there. Does leave Shanks himself without a buyback, though, after that buyout. Now Shanks is dead, and so is Tino. All right, 2 heroes just like that. Blacklist rivalry. I mean, you know, just kind of win in, honestly. Not really too much of a technical term is needed there. Carlo is going to be lassoed back at this point. You just take the bodies, and maybe there's another one. Phantom Lancer picked up by Bosku. I'm trying to go for the cheeky skewer back. Couldn't find it in time, but it's a 5 versus 2, pardon me. And
definitely allowed him to play much more tempered, although.
All right, he's the one looking for a pickoff, and it's a big one here onto the PL. Now they do keep a magic immune, at least allows him to get a doppelganger out, but how much is left in the tank for him? Not much more. Raven brings the physical damage. The skewer on back nearly into the fountain now, but they're still gonna need another one. The slows are pretty decent here, trying to keep him at least under tier 4 towers, which just aren't targeting him. The rest of the team now continue to go in as Bob at least picks up a kill here onto Tim.
Kill off Raven.
This is pretty good, but still Carl and Bosku are just too big. Raven, in the meantime, is taking forever to die, and they found now the Oracle. He does have buyback at least. That's 1 life at least off of the Aegis. The skewer is good nearly into the fountain, but I think the Flame Break stops that in its tracks. Now KP pops his BKB here, looking to get forced off of the high ground. That's another couple of buybacks out from Execration. Let's see what else they have left as Bosku skewers away, but it's going to be harpooned and skewered back into the base. Another kill here, another 1,500 gold into the coffers here of Execration, but it cost them 4 buybacks. Now Blacklist rivalry, that's their second buyback. They didn't quite catch Bob there. He's too fast there on the, oh goodness, on the Revenant, but they're gonna be able to track. Only Tim's back. Raven shifts into actually the Magnus. He's not gonna be able to kill him, at least so easily, because Shanks uses the false promise on him, but down goes Bob. He's gonna die in the back lines to Carl solo, and that's now going to be, well, 3. You know, there's a glimmer of hope for them, basically, when they went into that one. And
there was a little.
Immediately crushed here. I think this is it.
Yeah, this is gonna crush it.
Yeah,
that's it.
There he goes.
They're not calling it yet.
No, there it is. Now they are.
Okay, they call it.